Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin and I like to film eyeshadow palette ranking and review videos, as well as the occasional other beauty content sprinkled in. So if any of those things sound interesting to you, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button because I post 2 videos every single week. And for those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again. And today is the day that maybe some of you have been waiting for, but I have been waiting for. It is the day that I'm going to try out the new quads from BH Cosmetics. This is part of their travel series. This is one of the first launches they've done since being bought by Makeup Revolution. So I'm excited to test these out, see if I like them as much as I like some older BH Cosmetics palettes that I have tried. And yeah, anyways, if you are interested in seeing me try these palettes, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and let's get into it. I have my base makeup done because I actually filmed another video before this, and yeah, I filmed another video before this. You will see that video soon. I had my dog pick out my makeup for me. So if you see like little pockets of hot pink lipstick, she's selected a hot pink lipstick. Anyways, I wiped it off for this. So I need to prime my eyelids again. Yeah, I'm gonna use my Smashbox 24-hour eyeshadow base because that is the eyeshadow base that is almost used up, and I kind of want to use it up before I just go ahead and switch over to the About Face one entirely. So there we go. This one's like literally almost done. I have decided that I like the About Face Shadow Fix Primer pretty much just as much as the Smashbox one. I haven't noticed any like issues with the About Face one, and I feel like it works, like as far as extending longevity of my makeup, it works just as well as the Smashbox one in that regard. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep using that one, and then I might toggle back and forth between the two, you know, that as far as using them when I run out. But yeah, I have a new eyeshadow base that I like. How exciting for me. Let me know what you think of the lighting in this. I think my husband turned the light brightness down a little bit, so I don't know if this is bright enough for you all, but anyways, so let's talk about the error I made in purchasing these first. So I have decluttered every BH Cosmetics palette that I've ever purchased, similar to ColourPop. I'm a bougie girl, and if the packaging, if it's not like an indie brand or it's not like bougie packaging, it tends to just go from my collection. Like I like keeping my nicer, more expensive palettes. And I think part of that is because if I buy a palette, like these for example were $7, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get rid of something, this is only $7, and then I just kind of get rid of it. So I know BH has a really good formula though. I really liked the like 2000s and 90s and 80s palettes that they did. I got rid of the 80s one because it wasn't really a color story I jived with, but the 90s and the 2000s ones I loved. I actually think they're still in my house. I haven't totally decluttered them, but they're not like in my makeup collection because I plan on getting rid of them. But anyways, long story short, I probably should not have bought these. They probably won't last very long in my collection, even if I like them, but I wanted to do this video for you all to let you know if this quality, now that they've been bought by Makeup Revolution, is good. So let's take a look at the palettes. The first one that I want to talk about is the palette called Mykonos, or it's Mesmerizing in Mykonos. I went to Greece on my honeymoon, so this was the one I was most excited about. You can see that this shade is messy. It came shattered. I did put alcohol in and repressed it, so it's looking all right now. But yeah, I was excited about this one mainly for this palette, and maybe I'll like put this one up on a display just because it reminds me of my honeymoon. So that's that one. Then we have the Malibu palette, which is Meet Me in Malibu. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the swatches of these, I did hand swatches of these on my TikTok, and then arm swatches that you can find on my Instagram story highlight called Palettes. The swatches were not great, especially of the pastel shades in the Malibu. Iceland, this is Iconic in Iceland. Here's what the front looks like. This is probably my favorite. I think this is a really fun, like smoky quad. I like that one a lot. And then Miami, which is Magnetic in Miami. These shades basically swatched to look the exact same. And then Egypt also, so there's the Egypt one. And then this is Ecstatic in Egypt, and this is like a super boring neutral palette, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna mix all of these together. Like I'm just gonna mix and match. I don't want to do like a look with each individual quad. I debated even buying the Egypt one, but it was like, if I was gonna buy, I don't know, I got sucked into like, if I'm gonna buy 4 out of the 5, might as well just buy 5 out of 5. I did not make myself buy the face palette though, because it looked, I just didn't need it or want it. So at least I made that purchase, that strong purchase choice. Okay. So what I'm kind of thinking is I want to use the dark blue from the Mykonos palette. I think that's like the darkest, aside from the black, obviously, that's the darkest shade. And then I think I might blend that out with some of the purples. And then maybe I'll tap over it with some purple shimmer, and maybe okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to go darkest to lightest. I don't always do that, but I just have a feeling that that's going to help these. So I'm going to take a really small brush. This is I believe a BH Cosmetics number 10 brush. We're going to go in with this dark blue. I don't think these have shade names. So we're going in with the dark blue in the bottom corner of the Mykonos palette. I'm just going to tap that on the outer corner. So see, that blue's not like, that is not as deep as it looks in pan, which is a little bit disappointing, but I could put the black down and deepen it up a bit more. But I really wanted that to be like super deep, but that's okay. It's not like not pigmented, it's just not quite as deep as it looks in pan. All right, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Okay, maybe, you know what, I'm gonna take that same brush and the black shade from the iconic what is it? Iceland palette, and I'm just gonna add the black to this a little bit, just to make it a little bit deeper. To be honest, that black's not really doing anything either. Do you guys really see a difference between the two sides? And I put this black shade down on this side, because I don't really notice a huge difference. Okay, well, it's not going great so far. All right, so now what I want to do is go in with this darker purple shade from the Malibu palette. Okay, this is the Morphe M456 brush. I'm going in with that darker purple. Ugh, I am not having a good time at all. Like at all. These are really hard pressed, so I'm really having to dig my brush in to get anything out. They're not blending super easy. Yeah, this isn't, okay. I'm gonna go back in with the blue shade from the Mykonos palette. Lightly wing that out a little bit and then go back in this purpley shade. I am not happy. And if you all have been around on my channel for at least a minute, I mean, it's been a while since I've really not liked a palette. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever really even posted a review video where I didn't like the palette. The palettes that I've really not liked, I just never end up posting the reviews of, because I sort of hate just like dumping on a product, because I feel like somebody put in a lot of hard work on it, and so it feels like, you know, I just feel mean about it. But I really don't like this, and I think I should have learned my lesson when I bought that freaking Wild Greens palette from Urban Decay. I got caught up in the hype, and I even knew it at the time. I was like, I don't even really want this, but I'm buying it anyway. And that's kind of what happened here. Is it was like all of a sudden BH was like, oh, our palettes are on our website, and I was like, oh my god, okay. So I bought them, didn't even think about it. So anyways, think before you purchase, otherwise you're gonna end up with this mess. I'm gonna go in with the brighter pink shade from the Miami palette, and I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and just try and blend this out. I don't know. This is a BH Cosmetics number 10 brush. I mean, can you even tell I put anything down? I mean, a little bit, I guess, but it's not really doing anything. These were a bad choice. Luckily, they're not the most expensive bad choice, but I think I'm gonna let other people take the reins on BH Cosmetics new stuff going forward. Because yeah, I do not like this at all. Okay. So as far as shimmers go, I kind of want to take this green and then the purple and probably the white from the Iceland palette on the inner corner. And I think that's kind of it. So let's go. Let's do the green first. I don't think things are going to get much better if we're being totally honest, but gonna give it the old college try. All right, so we're going in with this green shimmery shade. It's like honestly more of a satin shade, I think. I'm gonna spray it with MAC Fix Plus because I think this can get, or this could use all the help it can get. You know what? Actually, the shimmer doesn't look that bad. I retract my statement. Yeah, that's not terrible. The shimmer's not awful. It's not like the most like sparkly glitzy shimmer ever, but it is like a nice opaque like pastel shimmer that I don't totally hate. So like, see how this one, I applied this one with Fix Plus on and this one without, and like the Fix Plus is for sure helping the shadow shine a little bit more, but I almost always use a wet brush with my shimmer, so that's part of it. Although if I want like a really soft shimmer that's not super opaque, I will skip the Fix Plus. Okay, so now we're gonna take the dark purple shimmery shade from the whatever Miami palette, and I'm going in without any Fix Plus just to see how it performs, and it is definitely lackluster without Fix Plus. Now if we do it with Fix Plus, much better. To be honest, I don't hate this look. I think it's actually kind of fun. It doesn't match my headband or my shirt at all, but whatever. This is what was calling to me with these shadows. I'm going back in with the green because I kind of covered it a little bit. So let me put my eyeliner on the lower lash line. Actually, what kind of eyeliner do I want to do? I think I'm going to use this green one. I just had black in there, which you can kind of still see, but whatever. I'm going to take the ColourPop. This is in the shade Aglow. It's like a sparkly green. I think that'll tie in nicely. All right, now, do I want to try and do the same thing on the lower lash line, or do we want to try and mix it up? I feel like I should mix it up to try more shades. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to, this is a first impression review, so I should try as many shades as possible, right? So I'm going to take this, what is this? A Sonia Kashuk. It's like a liner brush. And I'm going to go in with the dark brown from the Egypt palette. I'm going to see how dark brown this actually is. And normally I don't do my base makeup first because I like to be able to like clean up all this mess, but whatever. It is what it is. I mean, this dark brown is at least on the liner brush. It is dark brown. So it is what it appears. And then what I want to go in with is this like neon-y pink magenta shade and blend that out a little bit. Okay, this is a BH Cosmetics number 7 brush. I think I stained it with like some sort of pink like eyeshadow paint or something. But anyways, we're going to, don't know where the pigment went. Not on my eyeball though. Yeah, that's, I mean, that takes some effort to build up. And I feel like it's like kicking up because it's so powdery. It's just like getting everywhere. All right, I'm gonna go in with the, I mean, I think these two have the exact same orange shade in them. Let's see. Yes. I mean, one swatch is way better than the other, so I'll go in with the Meet Me in Miami, or Meet Me in Malibu. That's the one that swatched better, but that could also be because that was my index finger. Okay, So I need to use this Morphe brush. It's like a fluffy brush. It's, you know, it's not great. If we're being totally honest, it's not great. I'm gonna use the like really light bright shade from the Iceland palette in my inner corner. This is a BH Cosmetics. This is one of the little like sprinkle brushes when they did, I think it's a number 8 brush, but I don't know. It's from one of their collections. It was like a rainbow, like donut, or not a rainbow. It was like a donut, I think, collection or something. I don't recall. Or did it come out with the ice cream palette? I don't remember. Yeah, I honestly kind of hate everything about this. Okay, I'm gonna try and clean this up a little bit and then put lashes on. Then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts, but I feel like you might know what they are, but let me show you the finished look in a second. Here is the finished look. I don't hate how the look turned out. It's not that bad. I don't like these palettes. I'm gonna keep this Mykonos one up here, like I said, just as a little memory of my honeymoon. I think it's really cute too. The packaging on all of these is adorable. I really like it, but this blue shade wasn't as deep as I thought it was going to be. This shade, I actually put it underneath my brow, and that was not the move. It's not their fault the shade shattered in transit, but yeah, anyways, so that one's gonna go up there, although I do need to still swatch it for my Instagram. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the Mykonos one. On the Iceland one, this shade is not pigmented. This shade I don't even really like that much. So 2 out of the 4 shades, I'm not sure. I haven't tried the other 2, but I mean, there's that on that. Malibu, this orange wasn't terrible. This purple took a lot of effort to get any sort of pigment. The green shimmer shade is nice. That's my thoughts on that one. The Miami one. This shade in particular is not pigmented at all. It might as well just be this shade, like whatever. I haven't used that one on the eye. It didn't swatch well. This shimmer shade, not bad if you use like a primer or something to get your brush wet, but it's not terrible. The dark brown in this was actually pigmented, but it's a boring color story, and I'm sure the rest of these shades probably perform similar to the other palettes. So if you have a neutral palette, you don't need this Egypt one. But if you don't, you want like a little, you know, cheaper option to start off your collection, or you know, like a teenager or preteen or somebody who's like getting into makeup, like I don't think this would be bad. To be honest, if you know someone who doesn't want super pigmented eyeshadows, just wants like a wash of color, I don't think these are terrible. I wouldn't even say they're good for a beginner, because honestly, if you're trying to blend them, they don't blend great. Like this blue is like so patchy, and that was after a lot of effort to try and fix it. So yeah, I would skip these, to be totally honest. I just don't think they were that good. So anyways, those are my thoughts on these palettes. Kind of disappointed, actually really disappointed, but let me know if you tried these and what your thoughts were in the comments down below, or if you didn't try these but wanted to, did I save you money? Because that will make me feel better. Anyways, I will see you all next time. Bye!